Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing video. Now, as we approach June and the launch period for the upcoming Nintendo Switch 2, this is probably the last batch of Animal Crossing news to surface before we enter a new console generation. We have lots to talk about, including an update to both Animal Crossing New Horizons and Animal Crossing Complete, some good news for New Leaf fans too, and some other tidbits you should know. Of course, if you enjoy Animal Crossing content, be sure to leave a like on the video as it helps out a bunch, and let's jump straight in. Now, before we get into something exciting for New Leaf players, and as a quick reminder in case you somehow missed it, Nintendo are of course hard at work preparing for the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 and cataloguing which games are compatible. Because of this, just a couple of days ago, Nintendo released a New Horizons patch, bringing it up to version 2.0.7 to make sure New Horizons is fully compatible on the Nintendo Switch 2. Unfortunately, no content was added, but the game was updated to ensure all multiplayer functionality works on the Switch 2 when communicating with Switches. So basically some behind the scenes optimization so New Horizons works perfectly out of the box. Anyway, you'll be pleased to know that despite the lack of a day one patch like what some of the other games are receiving, Animal Crossing New Horizons will still see some benefits when played on a Switch 2, such as slightly faster loading times and less lag and things like this, simply because of the efficiency of the new hardware. Nintendo confirmed this themselves in the Switch 2 overview trailer. Let me know in the comments if you're planning on starting a new island on the Nintendo Switch 2 next week. I'd love to know. Now, jumping over to Animal Crossing Complete for a second, because between last week's news video and this week's news video, the Animal Crossing team shared the latest update preview for Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete, highlighting all of the in-game items available next month. We get a new preview like this about a week before each month, and it's a nice overview of what we can expect. Now, thanks to the in-game calendar that also just updated, we know this all kicks off on Sunday with Blather's Wisteria Park Garden event, followed by CJ's Riverboats fishing tourney and the ominous Scroll scavenger hunt towards the end of the month, with a few goals and activities in between. So as always, lots of stuff to enjoy in Animal Crossing Complete over the next few weeks. I will just remind you though that these are reissued events, so veteran players may already have some of these items, but the good news is brand new, never before seen items will be arriving in July. Also, as I'm editing this video, the Animal Crossing team have just updated their camper card, showcasing their latest ninja outfits, if you want to add them. Now, moving on, we have some exciting news for Animal Crossing New Leaf players who have been waiting patiently to experience online multiplayer once again. As you probably know, Nintendo shut down the 3DS servers and discontinued all online functionality for games such as New Leaf, meaning players could no longer visit other towns or play minigames, meet up with friends and things like that. Well, just yesterday, Pretendo, the folks behind the fan-made open source replacement servers who are trying to bring this connectivity back and keep the online functionality alive, have confirmed that Animal Crossing New Leaf is finally out of beta. In a social post, they confirmed Animal Crossing New Leaf, amongst other games, is now available to everyone and can now make use of the fan-made servers, meaning it's now possible to visit friends' towns once again. This is pretty exciting for anyone still playing New Leaf, so I'll leave links below if you want to learn more about this. Next up, Nintendo have now updated the Nintendo Switch Online app, rebranding it solely to Nintendo Switch app in preparation for the Nintendo Switch 2. As we've mentioned in previous videos, Nook Link is of course still a thing and has been confirmed to work with New Horizons even on a Nintendo Switch 2, which is nice. However, the coolest thing about this rebranded app that literally updated overnight is that it now displays your latest in-game captures and screen recordings right in the app, or at least it will on June 5th. In fact, there's even an automatic uploads feature that will send your captures straight to your device. So for those playing New Horizons on a Nintendo Switch 2 or any other game really, we'll be able to easily access any captures moving forwards, which is really cool. You'll also be pleased to know that despite Nintendo Switch 2 having built-in game chat features, the rebranded Nintendo Switch app still allows users to voice chat too. Speaking of Nintendo apps, the Nintendo Today app continues to update daily with lots of Animal Crossing content even a couple of months into the launch, which is really nice to see. Recently we've had a wave of Pascal quotes and of course more Happy Home Paradise design ideas for you to make use of. We don't seem to get villager birthdays every day, which is weird to me, but we do get at least one per week, which is nice. So yeah, I thought I'd just remind you that Nintendo Today is still a thing and gets lots of exclusive content for Animal Crossing and of course various Nintendo titles. Now we have a big Animal Crossing deadline looming, and this will probably be your final warning, the last time I'm going to mention it. From June 2nd, so like this coming Monday, the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp servers are being shut down completely, which means you have 3 days left to back up your data if you ever want to see your original campsite again. The Animal Crossing team did remind us in this month's update preview too, and I quote, "Animal Crossing Pocket Camp has ended online service. The deadline for transferring save data to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete is Monday, June 2nd. Now, I don't think you need to transfer it right away, but you do need to back it up. So if you haven't and you ever played Pocket Camp, boot the app, link a Nintendo account and save your data just in case. Don't forget we're getting brand new content for Pocket Camp in July, so it's the perfect time if you've been putting it off." Now, just in case you missed it, Alarmo has of course been updated finally to include the Animal Crossing New Horizons themes with various in-game music now available. So if you use Nintendo's alarm clock, just connect it to the internet to update your library and get the New Horizons theme. Now, I just want to remind you that a Nintendo Direct is rumoured to be coming in the first couple of weeks from the Nintendo Switch 2 launch, so sometime in June. Obviously this is a rumour and we don't know anything about it, which is why I've kept this until the end of the video. But whether it's in June or even towards the end of the year, I'm very optimistic that Animal Crossing New Horizons will see some kind of Nintendo Switch 2 version at some point. Obviously I'm hopeful and we'd all love to see it, but it just makes sense to use their second best selling Switch game to promote the new console at some point. They won't do Mario Kart because they have a new Mario Kart, so Animal Crossing is the next obvious choice. So yeah, who knows if this rumoured Nintendo Direct turns out to be true, we could finally hear something about what's next for Animal Crossing. If you want to hear about some of the features New Horizons 100% needs if a Nintendo Switch 2 edition ever released, check out my previous video where we break down the top 10 upgrades New Horizons needs on the Switch 2. I think you'll enjoy it. If you made it to this point in the video, be sure to post Wisteria in the comments just to let me know you did, and be sure to include what games you'll be playing on the Nintendo Switch 2 if you're getting one, or what games you're looking forward to playing in June on the Switch. I'd love to know. Thank you so much to the Patreon and channel members for supporting this content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.